Hey folks, I'm going to show you how to play Twinkle Little Star in Sawmill Tuning. If you don't already know the tune, learn it first. I'll review it for you right now though. So we're going to start in standard tuning, G, D, A, E. And when I teach this tune, I usually teach it to people starting on open D. So I recommend you do that on your own and review it if you need be, or if you haven't learned it, definitely learn it. It'll make this lesson a whole lot easier. So after you've played the whole tune, starting on open D, then simply transpose it to the key of A and start it on open A. Okay, so note that in that transposition, I just started it on a different string. The fingering was the same. Now, if I want to start out on low A, which is G1, then I'll have a totally different fingering. G1 twice, D1 twice, D2 twice, D1. Then open D, raise third on G, G2, G1. Right? Totally different fingering if we do this in standard tuning. And again, that's going from high octave of A to the low octave of A. All right. So what's cool about sawmill tuning for this, when it's tuned to A, this is going to be a lot easier and it's going to sound really rich and resonant. So let's just go and do that now. But remember that the key thing that this was a different fingering when we did it low. So I'm going to set down my fiddle tuned standard tuning, and then I have a special fiddle I got from my friend Lester from the band Pine Box Boys, and this one has been tuned to sawmill tuning, which G is tuned up to A, D is tuned up to E, A and E are the same. It makes for a very resonant sound around the key of A major. Or you could actually, A minor would be resonant too. I'm not going to go into the theory of that, but they both will work with this. Okay, so the first thing I'd like you to do is simply play an A major scale starting open A. Then do the same exact scale starting on the G string, open G string, and the same fingering. Keep practicing. Alternating. How about a rhythm like swing doubles? Any variations, I would recommend pausing and practicing the scale with that. That alone will teach you this tuning pretty quickly. So the next thing we'll do is Twinkle Little Star. So as we did in standard tuning, just play it starting on open A. Okay, so to do it in the low octave, all we do is start it on open G. No change of fingering, way easier than standard tuning. But I don't think that's a good reason to do sawmill tuning, because it's easier. The beauty of it is that it's beautiful. It has this very rich, resonant sound, and there's a lot of potential for doing call and response. So that's kind of what we did, or the way I think about it. It's like you play the tune up high, and then do it down low, and it's like a conversation develops. So it's a fun way to practice. It's also a very musical experience. So you can do that now with the tune, and I'll be showing you lots of other simple tunes that are easy to do this with, to simply move down an octave with the same fingering. Not all tunes will be this easy to do this. Not all of them will be possible to do this. So one more thing I want to show you. A great thing you can do is to take little bits or quarters of the tune and then call and response in the octaves with those. So starting on open A, do the first like quarter of the tune. All right, actually I think I call that the first half of the A part. And then do it the same thing, starting with the same fingering, but starting on open G. Keep going. You may find that with this tuning, you just really start to enjoy the sound even more, because if it's in tune, there's a very pleasing resonance that happens because the strings are resonating with each other. So you can pick all kinds of different phrases to do this with, like the downward phrase A3, starting A3, then do that G3. All right, and you can keep experimenting, but the more you do this kind of call and response, the more you're training your left hand fingers and your ear and your mind, you're kind of remapping how to play in this new tuning. And just in case you have not seen the introduction to cross tuning lesson that I made, you should watch that. But basically this tuning is used a lot in old time music and lots of other traditions too. I know it's used in India, oddly enough. You wouldn't think there would be a connection between old time music and Indian music, but there is, because they use the same tuning, this very resonant tuning. So that's it for this lesson. I'll have a few more other lessons on simple tunes you can do this with and just walk you through the process. But now go fiddle with it. Have some fun. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the videography. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.